Okay, welcome everybody. Yet another episode of Play by Play, off air and online. As you can see, we've changed studios. We're a bit more comfortable this time, so we're gonna get the banter flowing for the next couple of minutes. So glad that you're joining us again. Of course, you've now seen episode 1, and if you're enjoying it, if you want to see more of something that's on your heart, you want to engage with us, you want to have more chats about, should cover more of rugby, we should cover more cricket, we should cover more netball, whatever it is you think we should cover. Jump onto the comments below and let us know what you think of this ride this journey that we're going on in terms of where we think we're going to take this play-by-play, off-air and online. Of course, in the studio with me as usual, it's the two men that hold my hand for the next couple of minutes. It's Carl Lewis, award-winning broadcaster Carl Lewis. Is that the right title?
Sports reporter, I'd say.
Sports reporter, not broadcast. Award-winning sports reporter Carl Lewis. And a man that is extremely opinionated when it comes to the world of sports. So we're going to unpack his mind. Of course, we know lots on his mind in terms of the rugby that's taking place. Carl, really quickly, before we move to Adrian, this week of sport, what has jumped out at you?
Obviously, Rugby Championship, Box announcing their team on a Monday. I'm excited for that.
What? That's never been a thing, though.
Yeah, no, but Rassi, he just does all the stuff that I'm like, you, my guy, I just love you.
Are you that much of a fan?
I mean, I will criticize him. I am a big fan, but come on. This guy has taken the Springbok brand to its highest ever level since I've known Springbok rugby. And I'm talking 95, albeit I was 6 years old. But the value of the Springbok team to South Africa has never been higher.
Okay, before you go any further, let's introduce Adrian Endley, of course, no stranger, of course, to play-by-play. He sits with me every Saturday morning, 8 to 9 a.m., and does the sports, and we unpack everything that happens. But this is an off-air product that we're currently doing. So, Adrian, good evening, brother. And how was your sporting weekend? Let's first go there.
Man, it was... You know what, actually? My weekend wasn't as eventful, but it was actually my Tuesday afternoon. Just imagine at 11 o'clock getting to watch some premium cricket. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that's the only advantage of matches happening in Australia. You can just sort of wake up and then stumble to the TV and suddenly there's sports happening.
Sure. Yeah, and so the cricket. Nice. Let's the name of Devil Brevis is on the lips of every cricketing fan around the world. But before we get there, we're gonna talk. I remember last week I told you guys I asked Adrian for his squad and I asked Carl for his. So we're gonna unpack a little bit about the Springbok squad. Then we're also gonna touch on Western Province's performance in the Currie Cup. We know they lost again, 47-17, I think it was, to Griquas. So that's something that we gotta touch on just a little bit. Of course, the Proteas, as Adrian already mentioned, Devil Brevis, the Proteas up against the Aussies. Lost the first one, but the performance of Devil Brevis in that second one was unbelievable. Then also PSL, there was so much happening in the PSL. That kicked off last weekend. I said Orlando Pirates is going to win their PSL and they haven't won a single game as yet. So that's something that we're going to have to unpack a little bit. The Premier League kicks off this weekend. I don't know how we're going to keep this all in the next 20 minutes, but we're going to try our very best. And then, of course, we're going to wrap up the show with Dricus du Plessis against, how do I pronounce this guy's name?
Kamzat Chimaev.
Kamzat Chimaev. You see, that's why I've got this man in studio.
I might be wrong too, so...
Kamzat Chimaev. It's going to be a massive fight. I think it's early Sunday morning. Yeah. So we're going to try and unpack it. None of us are UFC extraordinaires here, but we're certainly going to pass our opinion on what we think is going to be a fantastic fight and how Dricus gets these fights over the line. Every single fight is really impressive. But before we get there, okay, let's unpack. So I asked each individual, give me your Springbok team to take on the Aussies. I'm going to quickly run through Adrian's team. Adrian went with Ox, Mark, Wilco, Eben, Luetsia, Peter Steph Toy, Kwacha, Kobus, Mani, Kirtley, Damien, Jesse, Cheslin, and Damien Willemse, that is at fullback. Nice. If I look at the teams, you know what? I'm not going to read through all of the teams. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unpack where our differences lie.
Yes.
1 to 3. All exactly the same. Can you believe it? I mean, to be fair, it is our best 3.
Yeah.
Ox, Marks, Wilco. There's no real debate there. I mean, would you agree?
The only debate for me is if you want to start maybe Bongi first, but I'm loving Malcolm. I think he's the best hooker in the world. Honestly.
I was going a bit back and forth because I really like Ox coming off the bench. But I was like, I don't know who I'd start then at number 1. So it didn't make sense. So that's why I just had to go with Ox.
Yeah.
But I would look, if we had someone that was just as good starting, I'd love Ox to come off the bench as a sort of like impact player. But I think given what we have at the moment, he needs to be starting.
Adrian's spot on. Because I mean, the guy won us World Cups coming off the bench, but I don't think without Kitsi there, you know, and Thomas Tutoy is not with us. I think that's very important. He's not with the squad. Barth has said he needs a rest. And so it's Jan-Hendrik Wessels coming off the bench, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Jan-Hendrik Wessels and Tlabakania.
Yeah, and
the
he's
two
a bit
props
more
on the bench,
impact.
yeah.
So I'm with you there.
Yeah, no, okay. So, I also seem to agree. I don't think there's really anyone out there that outside of those, 5 props that we have currently available.
Yeah.
You know, that we can much debate. We're gonna look at the lock pairings, okay? Quickly, Adrian, you went with Eben and Loet. Carl went with Eben and Erge. I went Eben and Erge as well. And the actual starting team is Eben and Loet. So, Adrian gets it right there. Erge, Loet, much of the same, right? I mean, not much debate there as well.
Yeah, I think there's no other lock like Erge, considering his offloading skills. But it's nice to come off the bench.
Correct. That's such a good impact to bring off the bench, as opposed to him starting and then, Loet rock steady almost in his approach.
Line-out general as well.
Okay.
Line-out general.
He is a line-out
He's
general.
very good at, he knows his role and he sticks to it. I think for a lot of these positions, we have players who are sort of going above and beyond what they need. Whereas with Loet, it's like, look, he knows what he has to do and he's going to stick to it.
Yeah.
That's why I put Erge on my bench, because I do want him to sort of come off the bench and like give that impact.
Yeah, there are certain players that are just bench players. They just make an impact off the bench. And I think between him and Kwacha, it's kind of those.
That's how I sit with Kwacha as well.
Yeah. Okay, the loose trio. Let's see. The actual loose trio is made up of Marco, Peter Toy, and Sia. I went with that exact loose trio, funny enough.
Really?
Did you go
Sia at 8?
I went Sia at 8 only because he's been playing for the Sharks a lot at 8.
100%.
And when players, and I hate to talk about it, when players get a little bit older, that playing to the ball is not necessarily your thing. You can't do that week in and week out and expect to be consistent. Sia, a little bit older, a bit more mature, the captaincy role, moves into the number 8 position. A lot of what Dwayne did for the Box, I think, and with his high work rate, I think Sia is a great link between backs and forwards. Hence the reason I went for him at 8. Although, if I look at the two of you, your loose trios are very similar. Loet and Sia and Peter Toy and Kwacha was yours, Adrian.
Yeah.
And Sia, Peter Toy and Visa was yours, Carl.
Kobus Visa, not Jasper, because Jasper's obviously not
Jasper's.
there. I mean, I really wish that Joano Augustus was available.
Why is he not available?
I think he's dealing with a bit of an injury, and obviously he's moving clubs from Northampton to Ulster. So there's that he has to navigate as well. But he was initially selected, but he's dealing with an injury. Okay. He should be playing.
Yeah, he's my number 8 too. I mean, look, I think he hasn't had a buck cap yet. So I think going to the rugby championship against Aussie, I'd rather send him
I mean, he should have been playing against Italy and Georgia, but that's why I put in Kobus Visser, because I actually thought he had a very strong performance at 8 big carries. But I understand the Sia, and I also don't think in the modern game, your number 8 can be various things. And
Correct.
I think he'll still play kind of in those wide channels that Sia does. And like you said, he's a great link between back. Him wide, he can make that pass or get over that advantage line. So I'm cool with it. I'm happy Marco van Staden's there because I believe him and Malcolm can cause damage at the breakdown.
We gotta have somebody playing to the ball against Aussies for 2 reasons. Number one, I think the Aussies in general have a soft underbelly. The core of their squad is not that physical, that sort of well established. That being said, their backs are not bad. The Aussies generally have a very skillful backline. And so the only way you nullify a skillful backline is to have players that slow their ball down at the breakdown. If we can get that extra second at the breakdown, it immediately gets more numbers on our feet for our backline, and we can get more line pressure, and we can get into their faces a little bit earlier. You give the Aussies space to play, and they're super dangerous.
Yeah.
And so that's my reasoning for going for Marco at 6 to play to the ball. Sia plays to the ball. Marco plays to the ball. There's a lot more, gives us a lot more sort of firing power at the breakdown.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Let the 9-10 combination, Corbus and Mani is what Adrian went with. Williams and Mani. You know what the funny thing is here? Is Williams and Mani is the starting flap. But I thought the number 10 jersey would be much more of a debate. We all across the board have gone for Mani Libbok at number 10.
Yeah.
When considering there is Sasha, there is Andre Pollard. I mean, there's even Damien Willems if you really want to pose a real argument.
Yeah.
How do we all go for Mani Libbok in this environment?
I mean, from my point of view, firstly, lots of pressure on Libbok for his kicking because Damon isn't a great kicker himself. But that's out of the way. I think Mani deserves a start. But I also think Rassi's thinking bigger picture. Remember, they're playing at Ellis Park. They've never beaten.
This is true.
They've never lost to the Aussies at Ellis Park at altitude. I think that Rassi's saving a few things for when we play at Eden Park in New Zealand. So you might find Sasha or Andre starting there in those maybe World Cup feel test
Yeah.
matches.
He is a massive horses for courses kind of coach. He's happy to change according to the environment in
That's
which
what
they
I
find
get
themselves.
out of the selection. I'm not sure where but Mani deserves this selection. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, but I think he's thinking ahead for New Zealand.
And I think we did speak last week about sort of the impact that Marty has just during the game as well. I mean, obviously, look, his kicking we can talk about forever, but during the game he sort of creates a lot more opportunities that I really enjoy.
100%.
That's why. But I mean, I still included Pollard on the bench just in case. Because I mean,
Me too,
again,
yeah.
to have Pollard come off your bench is, I mean,
That insurance
you're
is-
very spoiled.
And funny enough, I mean, we're not going to talk too much about the bench because we're just going to run out of time. Look, we're already going 8 minutes into it. But Pollard's not on the bench this weekend.
Yes.
And there isn't a backup kicker.
That's what I say.
And
it's a lot of pressure on
Rassi
him.
makes a lot of sense, though. He says this game shouldn't go down to the kicking. Like, we talk about this kicking as it's a massive thing, but the reality is the strength of this box side, we shouldn't go down to kicking. You know, he obviously wants to play an expansive game by the team he selected. Why are we so worried about the kicking, you know? And we need to stop talking about the kicking. Let this man have the freedom to just go and kick the thing at...
I think it's important that he gets his kicking right because I think all three of us agree we play our best rugby with Mani there. The opportunity he creates. So ideally, we wouldn't mind him playing against New Zealand at Eden Park or at the Aviva Stadium against Ireland and being able to kick the penalties when we need them.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny for me is I think that this selection has a large bearing on Tony Brown being the backline coach of the Springboks. I think he's a
great
massive...
point.
I think Tony Brown, just the New Zealand way, they play with flair. They don't... Size is not an issue for them. If you look at the Mackenzies of this world that have come through the New Zealand system, those are talented players and they're not worried about size. You know, his pass... Mani Libbok's passing game is second to none. He reminds me of Stephen Larkham. So few players can play on the advantage line and still get the ball into wide channels. He can put the ball in his boot. He can take the ball. He can play in the faces of opposition and stop defenders.
Kick with both feet.
So I think the effect that Tony Brown has here definitely has a role to play because I don't
point.
believe Rassi is a massive fan of Mani Libbok style of play because he's so exuberant with his hands and he's so skillful. You know, Rassi's a lot more of a conservative coach.
And I mean,
Anyway, we can...
His defense isn't the greatest as well. So
correct. He
that's-
isn't. You know, if I'm honest, I think Andre Pollard's probably a more rounded flower, but that's a debate for another day.
Good point, though.
Quickly, Kurtley Orense picks himself in the backs. We all went for Damien Dialendi at 12. We weren't aware that he was injured.
Yeah.
He is injured. Andre Estes, we all agree, sort of fills that role fairly
no
well.
problem whatsoever.
No discussion to be had at 13. Funny enough, Jesse Creel selects himself. We all went for Cheslin. We weren't aware that Cheslin isn't available this weekend. Edward van der Merwe, we all agree, is the stand-in.
deserve it.
And the other discussion that really needs to be had is fullback. The two of you went for Damien Willemse. I went Apalile Fassi. Rassi has gone with Apalile Fassi. Obviously, listen to me. He phones me quite often and asks me for...
Asking for some tips there, please, Morgan.
He phoned me and he asked me who should go at 15. I said, look, go Apalile Fassi this week. Leave Damien Willemse on your bench. He did listen to me, thankfully enough. So... much of a muchness there. What's your thinking? I think with the expansive game he wants to play with a backup in Damien Willemse that covers a little bit more positions on the bench.
Yeah.
Fassi's probably the right call. What would you? I mean, you went Willemse.
Yeah, I think I went Willemse because I was thinking of sort of Pollard being on the bench. But I think given what you were saying, there is no Pollard. It makes sense to have that cover for Mani. But also, I mean, look, between Fassi and Willemse, it's I'm not unhappy either way. Like both
Never
of them
disappointed us in a Bok jersey, especially last season. I felt he was sensational last season when Willemse wasn't there.
Exactly.
He was brilliant in that 15 jersey. Quick one. Do you think that Andre Esterhuizen is potentially a cover for number 8 or number 6 or number 7? He could be a loose forward.
Well, he
cover
was
as
training.
well.
He has trained. He has trained there, and he played there against the Georgians. I think it was.
So
He
we
came
got
on the bench.
5. We only got 5 forwards, not the 6-2 split. So watch out for that.
And Rassi also spoke about he could potentially change the bench from a 5-3 to a 6-2 should the Aussies make 1 or 2 selection tweaks.
Yeah, yes,
so,
that's
He
true.
said he might bring in
Archie, you might bring in Archie. So
a
let us know your
luxury.
thoughts. That's our box squad. Yes.
I do think we should spend at least a minute now giving our bloody predictions for this game, man.
Yes. Give us quickly. I'm going to go around the room. Adrian, we'll start with you. Predictions.
Okay, but obviously the Springboks are going to win. I can see this Australians maybe scoring 1 or 2 tries. I'll go 31-12
In favor of the
Springboks.
Springboks. 31-12. Cole?
Yeah, we 17-point favorites. I think we are going to win. The Aussies weren't too bad against the Lions. Will Skelton should be playing different team with him, but I think I'm going to go 38-24.
38-24. Okay, 14 points. I don't think the Boks are gonna. I don't think it's gonna be that big. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than many people think.
I agree with you. There.
And so I'm gonna go also in the 30s. I'm gonna go 32-25.
Okay.
I think the Boks at altitude may play a role, although I'm not sure when the Aussies arrived here. 32-25 in favor of the Boks, and then I think they'll get a hammering at home. Well, not at home, at the DHL Stadium.
I think it will be a bigger score in Ellis Park than here in Cape Town. Also, watch out for the Wallabies 13, Suwali.
Yes.
So good. Oh my
So
word.
good. He is so good. But they need a platform to play from.
So wait, what's your final score, sorry?
32-25.
32-25. Okay, got you.
Okay, we can
we're
unpack.
bookmarking
If
it.
you're watching this and the game hasn't been played yet, leave your messages in the comments and let us know your predictions. SA versus Australia taking place this weekend on Saturday at Johannesburg at Ellis Park. It's going to be a massive encounter. The first one of the Rugby Championship. Leave your results or your predictions in the comments below. We got to move on very quickly because we're running out of time here already. I said I'm going to make this segment very quick, but we haven't. I also wanted to touch on Western Province's performance in the Currie Cup. They lost 47-17 against Griquas. Not their best performance, let me tell you. Oh my word, I'm not sure what's going on with Western Province. And if I pass it to these two, then I'm going to be stuck here for the next 20 minutes.
They're young, man.
Unpack
They're young.
They're young. Are they the best that Western Province has?
I mean, you see the Lions and stuff. They making smarter signings. They sign our Paul boys. They sign our Paul Rose boys out. Some of our Southern Suburb boys are going overseas. So, yeah.
Look, it's just not looking good for Western Province. Something needs to be done, and hopefully it's going to be done. Hopefully they can correct the wrongs. I see they're losing their captain now as well for this weekend coming up. So doesn't get much easier, but nonetheless, let's see if Western Province can turn their fortunes around in the Currie Cup. Let's talk some cricket. Carl, this is you and this is your baby. We lost the first one against the Proteas, lost the first one against the...
Which we should have won. I'm angry with the batsman.
Do you think we should have won?
Bro.
I watched it quite carefully that I thought we were in control, right?
Yes.
And then we lost three quick wickets and all of a sudden it just fell apart. And then we still went down to the wire fairly.
Yeah. I mean, it's South African story, if we're honest, with our batting.
Yeah, I know.
But still, for me, I said last week in our previous podcast, it's not about the results. It's about blooding youngsters. And I think it's been proven in these first two games that the youth is now, and we need to back them. Brevis scored a 41 ball 100 yesterday, second fastest ever. But under the radar is Kwena Mapaka. He got 4 for 20 in the first game. Yes, that's right. And then he got 3 wickets. He went for a lot of runs, but he's getting wickets. And I just love the way that Aiden Markram and Shukri Conrad are using Kwena Mapaka outside of the power play, where he has protection. You know, in 6 to 15 overs. They're looking after him. He's 19. So I'm very happy about that. Brevis and Pretorius, we knew maybe 3 months back that we need to play these guys now. Yeah. So I'm very excited about South African cricket.
Yeah. I was hoping for a partnership because there was a point in this last match where it was Brevis and Pretorius. I got really excited at that the idea of a good partnership building. Very weird run out for Pretorius. I don't know how you felt about that.
Yeah, I mean, a South African thing when it comes to run outs, you know. But also on Pretorius, I prefer him batting as an opener. I know there is a big difference in a number 3 and an opener. Although people say no, but I think he should be opening Markham coming in 3. But I'm very excited about the future, bro. We've got a World Cup.
Hendricks, you're not...
I mean, he's a phenomenal player, but I think the ship has sailed, man.
Really?
He's my age, 23. 38.
I was about to say 33 or 23.
I was like, how old is Reece
I wish
Hendricks?
he had better opportunities early. He's about 36, 35.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wait, let's check that. He's
Okay, while you go, I'm going to try and find that actually.
Okay, but I think it's time to focus on our youth. Yeah. These guys, Brevis and Pretorius, they are such unique at shot making, so explosive. South African cricket is by nature conservative, and I think they can change the whole culture. So we need to be thinking about next year's World Cup, but particularly the 50 over World Cup in 2027, which we host. And the youth is now. I'm excited.
How is that?
He is 30
from Brevis?
Bro, the guy, like, this is the stuff that South Africans usually don't do. But we have the players. Even Stubbs, my favorite player, is not doing that well. Add him to the mix. We could be very good.
We are going to be very good. Reza is in fact 35 years old. Born on the 14th of August, 1989. You heard it here first.
Great looking player though.
Wow.
Like
Oh, he's got such finesse. I mean,
I wish I could play like that.
Yeah, 100%. Can we quickly also? I want to touch on it. What's the gentleman's name? He came on we're having a batting collapse in this when we lost against the Aussies in the first match, and he came in and he hit a reverse sweep off the first ball. Is that even? I mean, will he get reprimanded for that?
No, that's cricket now.
A reverse sweep of the first ball, Carl.
Yes, wait, I'm trying to think who it was now. No,
Wasn't it Stubbs?
Well, it could have been Stubbs.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
No. It was wasn't.
Was it
Stubbs.
Linda? George Linda.
No, it wasn't Linda. What's the gentleman's name? And
Mutasami.
Mutasami.
Mutasami, the all-rounder of.
The first ball you face, you hit the reverse sweep, and you get LBW.
That's modern
Guys,
day. That's
no,
modern
man.
day cricket.
Of the first ball.
He probably came in. Yeah.
Oh, you don't tell him he's gonna be reprimanded.
No, he won't be. I don't think you can reprimand players in this day and age. You play the situation wrong, yes, but I think it's the attitude we want to
makes me
change.
angry.
So we don't want to start punishing people for being creative. But yeah.
Good call protecting his Proteas. I can't believe it. Let's focus quickly. Okay, PSL. Look, we're running out of time again. We're always running out of time. The PSL started this past weekend. I had the Orlando Pirates to win the Premier. What were you were telling something about? You saw Michael Morton.
I saw Mike Morton saying that. I mean, this was after Orlando Pirates lost their first match. He was
And
just
then they
saying,
went to win they lost the second one as well.
So he was looking at the last. I think it was the last 20 seasons of the PSL, and only in 3 occasions where a team had lost their first match have they gone on to win the league. Out of the, I think, 20 or 25 seasons they looked at.
So my predictions are looking rather slim.
And now two losses in a row. Their first 2 losses of the start of the. I don't know. We were just saying last week. Look, they've been putting out all their kits and all their photo shoots. They need to actually now start putting it into motion. But fans unhappy with all the changes that are happening in the team. I mean, obviously we know that they're under new management as well.
Yes, true.
So that could also play a factor. I mean, look, should we give them a bit more grace? They're just starting out with this new coach, new players in the lineup as well. But yo, two losses in a row to kick off.
Who would you say is leading the way? Who do you say is setting the tone there in the PSL?
Marumo Gallants, who could have been relegated like a week ago if it wasn't for the legal action. Yeah. They are leading 2 points, 2 wins from 2. I mean, they beat Pirates last night. But I'm always inclined to think that the league is essentially over for Pirates. I don't think they can catch Sundowns. It's weird to say that.
But Sundowns drew their first one.
They drew their first one and they beat Amazulu.
I think they drew Chip United 1-0.
Yeah, but they 4 points ahead and they 4 points ahead of Pirates. So I'm like, is this season over? If Chiefs wins tonight, because we're recording on a Wednesday, it could be good times for the Amakosi, you know? I'm not saying they're going to win.
Have you narrowed it down to Sundowns and Pirates and Chiefs already?
I'm already writing off Pirates.
So now where are you going? Sundowns and Chiefs?
I always said Sundowns. I mean, they're going to go for their 9th one. Yeah. I think Adrian would agree.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I think we can all agree we'd like something different.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even I was hopeful for Stellenbosch as well. They also drew their first match.
Yeah.
Drew their first match. I think they're playing again tonight.
Tonight, my guess, yeah.
And they lost. They lost to Kaizer Chiefs 2-0.
Oh yeah,
on Sunday.
Yes, that was.
They received a red card. It looks like.
They lost their opener.
Yeah. So my Sekakuna United still going strong, eh? You guys laugh. Sekakuna United. They won their first one against the Pirates. 1-0.
Eric Tinkler, very good coach.
Eric Tinkler is a very, very good coach.
Cooking.
Guys, the Premier League.
Man, I'm so excited. I'm excited and I'm delusional as a Man United fan.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you must support United then, clearly.
I am so delusional. Man, I've been looking at our preseason, I'm looking at our team.
Wait, but hold on. Somebody sent me a picture. We've already won the treble before the Premier League even started.
Oh yeah.
Because we won three different trophies.
We won the Premier League Summer Series. We won that first.
Yes.
So we are Premier League champions already, even though it was just a 14 tournament.
Thank you very much.
We are, even before a ball has been kicked in the Premier League, Man United are the Premier League champions.
We will quickly run through those fixtures. Liverpool, Bournemouth. Not too
Friday
much.
night as well. Friday night kickoff.
Liverpool, Bournemouth
have just been raided of their poor team.
I know.
How many of the defenders have left now?
That's the problem with teams like that when they perform well, right?
Yeah, and didn't one of the defenders go to PSG as well?
Yeah, PSG. Their goalkeeper went to PSG. No. One of the defenders went to PSG. One of the defenders went to Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, that Hussein, yeah.
Oh, wow. Aston Villa, Newcastle. Newcastle still going to be too strong.
A good game, though.
Good game, very good game. That's the first game on Saturday afternoon, actually, 1:30. Aston Villa really kicking off the Premier League fixtures. Elsewhere, if I just go down the list, the ones that stand out to me is probably Man United, Arsenal. But before we even get to Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, that's going to be quite good. Crystal Palace are now the Community Shield champions. Yeah. Chelsea, that's a good start to the season.
I mean, Crystal Palace has they're just flying under the radar. Maybe I'm not giving them enough credit, but wow. I mean, to win a trophy last season, now the Community Shield.
Yeah, there's
you
something
know,
happening there.
Bro, I mean, their manager is
And let me tell you,
very impressive.
They came back against who did they play in the Community Shield? Liverpool.
Yeah.
They played that game. Like, I mean, I watched every minute. They played like it really meant something to me.
Yeah.
Community Shield is generally a game that's played with quite a little bit like bravado, kick the ball around, have some
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace came out. They were hard on the press. I mean, when they went 2-1 down, they really came out and they started to press Liverpool, played in the right areas, coming from the wide angles. They tried to attack Liverpool and they really put them under real threat. So I think their mindset just showed me that, listen, every single game is
Credit to their manager, bro. Credit
to their manager. I can't get his name now, but I think he's
And look,
working
don't
wonders.
sleep on Chelsea as well. Chelsea have sort of been such a dark horse this last season. I thought they had a
You
terrible
mean world
season.
champions, Chelsea?
Exactly. It's weird to
don't
say
even
that.
start, please.
But I think looking at
We've
the
got a couple
attack,
of friends.
I'm excited to see what they can do this season.
Me too, yeah. Me too.
So yeah, I mean, look, that's probably the pick of the fixes. Let's talk, Man U Arsenal. Where are we going? Why are you an Arsenal fan?
No. I support Ipswich Town. We're playing the
You
championship.
said so. You said so to us last week. Man United also,
Man,
guys. If we win that game, I tell you now.
I want nothing more than an Arsenal loss to start the season.
I watched
you
the Premier
know-
League show. Sorry to interrupt you. I watched the Premier League show, and they're talking about if Man United, what would be a positive outcome end of the season for Man United. And this show went and spoke about Man United top 10. And top of the table, top half of the table.
Yeah.
And I'm going, have we become that?
You have, though. You have.
I was about to say SH1T, that bad
Yeah.
that we now top half of the table.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
Given the last few seasons.
So you're writing it. So against Arsenal, you reckon we're going to get hammered?
No. The game I'm finding hard to predict, but I actually do think it won't be as bad as last season because Amorim is actually a good manager. He turned Sporting around, and if you look at all these managers in the Premier League, I mean, Slot, but Arteta, yes, he hasn't won anything, but Guardiola, Klopp, these guys need time to make something happen.
Yeah.
You know, and
Amorim's made the right signings.
Yes, so I look, it's so easy to punch down to United being all the way in, 15, 16?
we finished 15th.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not talk about it. It's a new season. This is
But I do think it's going to be a much better season for you. I have hopes. If I had to predict this match, I'm actually going to go...
draw.
Yeah.
I knew you were going there. I knew he was going there.
I just can't see Arsenal... I don't know. I just can't see Arsenal
yeah.
losing particularly. But I'd love to know I think the real question is, who do you think is going to win this Premier League?
That was my next one. I was looking at the odds. I know you're an odds man.
Yeah.
Liverpool the odds are not great.
Pep Guardiola. He
I was just
is,
gonna say,
he is the reason why odds... His signings also, he quietly made some good signings.
We spoke about it last week about his assistant coach, one of his biggest signings.
Yeah.
So, where are you
I
going?
say City.
Okay,
I say
top
City.
three, quickly.
Okay, that's a good one.
I'm thinking it's probably going to be City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United.
If you left Man United out as a Man United fan, I was going to give you a piece of my mind.
Yeah, City, right?
City on the bounce back that quickly.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look,
I think so.
They weren't that off, and Pep has been cooking this offseason. I mean, the signings he's made, all very crucial signings, like in positions that he needed to strengthen, especially losing De Bruyne as well.
Yeah, De Bruyne is a big loss.
But I think also just given their preseason as well, Liverpool have not had a great preseason at all. They're definitely lacking in attack, especially if they don't get Isak. So that's why I'm sort of seeing them finishing third. I can see Arsenal finishing second again. Definitely being the...
I see United in the top four, absolutely. I see City winning it. Either Liverpool or Arsenal are not going to have a good season. Someone's going to have a disastrous season.
I asked you for your top three.
Okay, City.
City to win.
Chelsea could also be there.
That's my team. That's my team.
I want to say
That's where
something
I'm
different
going.
here.
Yeah.
City, Chelsea, Arsenal, United, Liverpool fifth.
Sure.
Wow.
I know. What am I doing? Because I love some of their signings, but I just feel either Arsenal or Liverpool are not going to have a good season. It's something in my heart is telling me that is.
I tell you what, I'm gonna go. I can't believe it. As a United fan, you never do this, but I'm gonna go Liverpool, City, United.
Okay, good. I mean, they made big signings.
They made big signings.
Florian
I think
Wirtz is
Arno Slot
quality, bro.
just has something about him.
Yeah.
You don't take a team from their first year.
Yeah.
for your first year of management, even though you took on a good team, you don't take a team and go win the Premier League without having something special about you.
No, definitely. But he's now made big signings. He's changed up the squad. There's a hell of a lot of pressure on him. And Pep is an arrogant guy with a lot of pride. He's going to be razor focused this year to get his Premier League back.
I really hope you're right.
There's a lot
really
of pressure on Liverpool, guys. They spent over £100 million on Florian Wirtz, who I feel could be the new Kevin De Bruyne of the league. But there's a lot of pressure on Liverpool.
I really hope that you're right about Pep. I hope you're right about the fact that Liverpool might have a sloppy season. And if Amorim gets it right, I think United are going to be dark horses.
I'm so delusional, man.
But you know what? I say this every year. So I'm actually not even going to say it. Forget that I said that.
Just watch us next week, and you'll tell by Morgan and my just face as we start the show how the match went.
Before we end it, who are you guys like most excited? Doesn't it necessarily have to be your United player, but who are you most excited about seeing playing this season?
In the league?
Yeah, in the league, yeah.
Sure, that's a
like
tough one.
What aspects are you? I mean, obviously, I want to see Florian Wirtz because he is really, really good.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I'm very interested to see how Mbeumo adapts to playing for a big club.
Yes, because it's very with the pressure, with the weight of United. Somebody said, again, I was watching, I think it was the same Premier League show, and they spoke about the weight of the United jersey on your shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we take that for granted. Yeah. You know, every signing that we've made, let's be honest, when we took Casemiro, he was a great player before he came to United. The weight of that jersey, I think, held him down.
I think he was.
He was over the edge, you know. But again, you know, the weight of that United jersey, I think, weighs heavier than most people understand.
I mean, the scrutiny that you face if you're United player.
100%.
I was gonna go Mbeumo because as a United fan, I think that's the right way to go. But I got a funny feeling if we signed Donnarumma, then
Donnarumma. Rumors that he's going to City, which I don't want to be reading, but yeah, it's rumored that Edison will get sold. He'll go to City. Donnarumma will go to City, and then that'll be their first.
Yeah. Well, the other rumor was Donnarumma comes to United and Onana goes on loan.
They're the only one that can essentially afford his wages as well. He's not cheap. Not cheap wages that people.
Okay, your player to watch.
I'm very excited to see our new striker Benjamin Sesko.
Sesko, nice.
Apparently he has flares of Zlatan. That's what people are saying. I haven't seen him play much. I haven't watched him play for. Was it Leipzig? He was playing for.
Yeah.
But apparently he's really good. I just know it's going to be tough for him coming into this team with that expectation on him. But I think given his attitude and what I've seen so far, he can deliver. So I'm very excited to see that.
Guys, there is so much. We're running out of time. I wish I could do more. I still want to quickly throw something at them. But again, if you're excited about the Premier League and you want to see what's happening, you want to throw some of your predictions, leave us some messages in the comments. Let us know your thoughts about what we should cover more of. Should we do just the Premier League show? Should we do just a rugby show? Just a rugby championship show? Or are you happy for us to cover it all as we go in a mixed bag? And, just keep it going over the next couple of weeks. So let us know your thoughts. But before I go, this weekend, Drickus du Plessis comes at Shimaev. I hope I got his pronunciation right. I'm going to throw it at Adrian for 20 seconds. Your prediction, your rundown, I know you're not a UFC man, but just your quick thoughts.
No, look, I've watched all of Drickus' fights up to now, and can I just say, it's just a thing where, I don't know how he does it, but he keeps on winning. Everyone online as well asking, how does this guy actually win? If you look at him fight, he looks like he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
But somehow, he gets knocked, and he keeps on going, and I just think that's going to happen again. It's just, he just can't not win at this point.
Really?
So I'm confident that he'll win at this night.
The bookies say otherwise. The bookies have Chimaev as like odds-on favorite. Which surprised me, to be honest, considering what Adrian said about Drickus. But I'm going to go Chimaev and in the first or second round. Because apparently, because I've been doing some research on this, I'm not an expert, but Chimaev goes hard in the first round.
Yes, he puts a lot of pressure on.
Yes, and he's an insane grappler. Now, people are saying if Drickus can take him to the championship round at the end, which he's done in previous matches, he can last till that long, then Drickus will win. But if he gets hold of you in that first round, it could be over.
Look, I agree with Drickus. Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie, but unfortunately, I hate to do it because I'm a massive Drickus du Plessis fan. I just think defending your title that long, or the amount of fights that it's got to come to an end at some point. I'm also going to go Shimaev, to be honest. And I saw a meeting, they met somewhere in a hotel lobby somewhere, and I looked at the size of Shimaev.
That was also very surprising.
We think that we're dealing with he's going to overpower this guy. This is a big guy that's coming here, unbelievably conditioned. With Nurmagomedov in his corner, there's just a lot I think this might be one hurdle too far for Drickus this time around.
We must remember though, Drickus is only the third best fighter from Brakpan. So,
That's a
with
very
that
good
being
point.
said,
With that being said, maybe he's taken a couple of them, the second and first and
Yeah.
second with him
Yeah.
to this fight. So, yeah, again, big fight. We wish Drickus all the very, very best. Even though our predictions don't necessarily say we're behind him, we are 10,000% behind Drickus. And hopefully he can pull one over Chimaev and defend the belt for how many times now? This will be
it's his third time now.
his third or his fourth?
I don't know.
Defended against
Strickland.
Sean, Strickland. Well, he won it against.
He won it against Strickland. He defended it against.
Israel. Defended against Strickland again. This will be his third one.
Yes, third one. So hopefully he can defend it for the third time. Folks, that is a wrap. Unfortunately, I've kept you here way too long as it is. But again, as I ask you every single week, this is play-by-play off-air online. Of course, you can catch the online show or the on-air show rather every Saturday morning, 8 to 9 a.m. But that's really all from me. Let us know your thoughts on what you think of the show. Should we continue to do it every single week? And if there's anything you want to see more of, then just please do shout. I'm going to leave the final words this week. It's normally me always saying goodbye and all this kind of nonsense, but I think the two of them are actually more equipped than I am to say something. So I'm going to leave the final words with Adrian and Carl. I don't know what
Adrian, you can say the final words. Good luck to the Springboks. Good luck to Drickus as well. Good luck to the Proteas. Win a series, a bilateral series against Australia. That's huge. Lots to be excited about in the sporting weekend. Have a lovely sporting weekend. Adrian is going to sign us off.
All I'll say is you are spoiled for choice this weekend. It's going to be a good one. You can also choose to actually just not go to sleep. You can stay awake from when it's the rugby all the way until Drickus and then have a great Sunday afternoon. But either way, enjoy it. I can't wait for next week when we can chat all about this again.
Peace.